Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, then welcome. I'm very glad you've stopped by. We have two major contenders with us in the ring today. We have the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation and the Juvias Place I Am Magic Foundation. Both full coverage, both long wear, both amazing packaging and marketing, both great finish, and slightly different price between the two. But today, these two foundations are going to be competing head to head, or cheek to cheek, to see which one is the most full coverage, which one lasts the longest, which one has the better wear, which one works best with every other complexion product, and perhaps if one might be a dupe for the other one. If you want to know all of these things and more, then stay exactly where you are, keep doing exactly what you're doing, don't touch a thing, and keep on watching. So guys, this is like partially another video, so it's like two videos in one, if you will, because I've actually never tried the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I have, however, tried the Juvias Place I Am Magic Foundation. I will link the video in a card right up here for that review, so you can check it out if you'd like. Speaking of checking videos out, if you like this eye look, this is in fact the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, of which I also filmed a review, and if you'd like to check that out, I will also leave it linked in a card right up here and in a link down below so you can check it out. Moving on, I feel like if you were to ask anyone in 2019 what the most popular full coverage foundation might be, you would get one of these two answers. Whenever I went to Sephora shopping for something that I wanted to review, the thing that was suggested to me was in fact the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation, based on its coverage. I immediately thought of the Juvias Place I Am Magic Foundation based on its full coverage application. So I thought, why not a foundation battle? Why not figure out which of these foundations is in fact the better one? Granted, they are on both ends of the price spectrum, the faux filter being $40, the I Am Magic Foundation being $20, but if they're exactly the same, it helps us figure out which one is the better value, and if they're not the same, it helps us figure out why the prices are different. So for this little battle, I'm gonna go ahead and start by priming my face. Today I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Now with the Huda Foundation, it says it's a velvety full coverage foundation. It says for full coverage use a brush, and for medium coverage to use a sponge or combine with your favorite moisturizer. The Juvias Place I Am Magic Foundation really just says that there's 42 shades and that they're long lasting, all day wearable. So what I'm going to do, for sake of fairness, I'm going to be using the Real Technique sponge on both sides, just in case I want to keep it equal. And in the Huda Beauty Foundation, I have the shade Shortbread, which is 200B, and in the Juvias Place I Am Magic Foundation, I have the shade Fez, 620. I'm just really hoping that the shade is at least close to the same, because I'm gonna look really goofy if I end up with half of my face one shade and half of my face another shade, starting with 2 pumps on the sponge. So Huda Beauty is on your right, my left. Ooh, I think we may be a tad light. I think we may be a lot light, actually. Oh no, I got it in my brows. My brows are already done. No! We'll be okay. Worst case, I will go back and fix my brow if I need to. Wow, it smells very perfumey. Wow. That's almost a little too much. It's not, I'll survive, but that's really, really strong. It's a good smell. It smells, I don't know, like women's perfume. Oh wow, I'm so white. Yeah, this is not my shade. Please oxidize, please oxidize, please oxidize. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bring this back to darker at all. This is really light. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with one more pump. So that's 3 pumps total on the Huda side. Well, now that I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost on my right side, your right, my left, I am now going to go in with the Juvias Place Foundation on the other side. Since this doesn't have a pump and it's only a squeezy tube, I guess I'm gonna squeeze out what I think would be 3 pumps. So I would say like 1, 2, 3. Now formula wise, this is much, much thicker than the Huda Beauty. This one though has more of like a plastic smell. It does not smell like women's perfume. Yeah, that is definitely a lot closer to my shade. A lot closer to my shade. Man, how could I have gotten that far off in Sephora? I literally shade matched the Huda Beauty foundation. I don't know how I got that far off. I guess I just thought I was more light than I thought I was. Okay, now I look completely ridiculous. I have definitely 2 different shades of foundation on my face. I am Casper on one side and I am Tan Casper on the other, I guess you could say. So I feel like I will definitely be using a tinted powder to set my face so that maybe I can kind of even out this complexion again. I don't know yet, but we'll see. So now I need to go ahead and go in with some concealer, and we're gonna truly see how both of these foundations work with my concealer application and really just my entire full face of complexion products application. And since we're going full coverage, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape today, and I'll be setting that with my Pure Cosmetics Loose Translucent Setting Powder. Now that the powder is applied and blended out, I'm going to brush off the excess translucent powder that I have under my eyes and on my forehead and chin, pretty much everywhere I put concealer, just so that I'm not super powdery still as I continue on. Now next, I know this is kind of weird, but I want to use this Becca bronzing powder that I got the other day. It's just in a sample pot because it's just a sample, but I would really like to try it out because I never have and it looks gorgeous. I just don't know how I'm really going to apply it right now because my brush is much bigger than this little pot. Ooh, this is very pretty. So far, this is a really nice bronze. It's a nice shade. I wish I could remember what it was called. I just know it's a Becca bronzer, I know that. And it's one of the lighter ones. I've just gotta say, so far, I'm really enjoying these foundations. Both of them. My skin looks really great on both sides. My face literally looks almost the same on both sides. I can tell that there is a difference in tone and lightness because it honestly makes it look like this side of my face comes forward more than this side of my face. Like it makes it look like this side recedes a little bit, even though it doesn't. I almost think that I like the Juvias Place side a little bit better because I'm feeling like I look a little more airbrushed on that side. Like maybe my pores aren't quite as obvious on that side and it just looks a little softer. Same thing with my forehead. I can see my forehead creases look a little less intense on the Juvias Place side. But we're not done yet. One thing that's for sure is they are both definitely full coverage. I don't see a difference in the amount of coverage that they give because they literally both give this nice soft, thick but not cakey layer over my skin that leaves room for no imperfections. Now that I have a little bronze to my skin, I'm gonna go in with my Luxie 512 small contouring brush and into my Anastasia Beverly Hills light to medium contour kit, and I'm going to interchangeably use this one and this one. One's a little warmer, one's a little cooler, and I like that happy medium between the two. I also might take a little bit of this banana shade and add that in my highlighted areas just so it can give me a little of that highlighted banana glow. Now officially, the contour and bronzing is complete. And both foundations have really held up throughout everything I've thrown at it so far. But let's double check close up. Well, I see my eyelashes coming off. Now, interesting development. Earlier, I said that I felt like the Juvias Place side looked a little more airbrushed and a little more flawless, like I couldn't see in my pores as much or any fine lines as much. So honestly, so far, these both look just about identical. You know what? I'm just gonna zoom you guys in. This is probably gonna show you way too much of my skin close up and make me super uncomfortable because I'm not as young as I once was. I'll show you. Ooh. Did I scare you? So this is my face up close and personal. Hello, how are you? Now that I am super exposed and very, very close to you, I wanted to show you my pores so that you could see the difference, or the similarity rather, of these foundations and see what my cheeks look like. They both look really smooth. I can't really tell too much of a difference between either of these foundations. Really, if it wasn't for the level of lightness being different, I don't think I would be able to tell a difference. They both look really, really good. Being set with the powder, they almost look the same level of coverage. They're both sitting the same way in my forehead and in my crease in the middle where my brows furrow at. And it doesn't help that I actually have a scar in between my brows from where I was running whenever I was a little kid, and I fell and hit the corner of a coffee table and it scraped that part between my eyebrows. So now my furrow looks even worse because I have a scar in it. Either way, the foundation doesn't look terrible inside of it. So now that you've seen up close, I need to back away so that I don't feel exposed anymore. Well, that was the most fun I've ever had in my life. Now it's time to put on blush. I'm going to be using this Jefa Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio. I am going to use the shade Scorcher because it fits with this whole sunrisey eye vibe. Wow, that's a pretty shade. I like that. Now it is time for highlighter. Both foundations also held up very well to blush. Sometimes whenever you use blush over some foundations, if they're not the greatest foundations, they'll start to split apart on your cheek, or the blush brush bristles will start pushing through the foundation and into your pores, causing the foundation to break apart, and that's not happening either. So far, still so amazing. Now for highlighter. I have yet another sample pot. This one contains the Becca highlighter in the shade I Forgot. I'm just kidding, that's not what the shade is called, but oh, Champagne Pop. It's Champagne Pop, yes. And I'm just going to be using my Moda highlight brush. I'm sorry, I don't think I've really been talking about the brushes I've been using anyway, but this isn't really a tutorial. This is like a challenge. This highlight is gorgeous. This is like the perfect summer highlight. For me, anyway. On my skin tone, this works perfectly. I'm also gonna take just a little tiny bit, possibly a lot, of the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost in the shade Diamond Wet, because I feel like this is gonna be perfect on top of this highlighter. Oh my god. Didn't I just say a little bit? What is wrong with me? Ugh. Or what is right with me? Now that I have brushed off all of the tiny little glitter particles that fell all over my face from using the shade Diamond Wet, I'm now going to set my face. And I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. I'm actually almost out. Water! Alright, my setting spray is fully dried, and this is what we are left with. I am quite satisfied, honestly. Like, I'm really happy with the way my skin looks. Like I'd said before, the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation, I had never tried, so this is a first impressions for me. But the Juvias Place Eye Magic Foundation, I have tried before. So I knew what this was like, I knew that I loved it, and I knew what type of coverage and finish it gave me. So I was anticipating what this was gonna do, but I was not anticipating what this was gonna do. And this seems like this. The coverage looks the same, the finish looks the same, the density looks the same, and the way products apply on top looks the same. So far, there are literally only two differences that I can see. The viscosity of it, like how liquidy the Huda foundation is over the Juvias foundation, and also the price. I seriously think that the Juvias Place foundation is a dupe for the Huda foundation. Now, the only thing I can't judge at this moment in time is the wearability. Now, it is currently 10:42 at night, so it's gonna be kind of difficult for me to really test the wearability tonight on these. So if at any point I do wear the Huda foundation after I exchange for a different shade longer than a couple of hours, I will let you guys know. If I did by the time this video goes up, I'll put it in the description box down below. But regardless, I think we have a clear winner for this video. And our winner is the Juvias Place I Am Magic Foundation. It's a clear winner. Why not save $20 and go with the more affordable brand if you're gonna get the same finish anyway? Oh, something I forgot is if you like fragrance in your foundation, then you might want to spend that extra $20. Now, obviously, I can't say I didn't like the Faux Filter foundation. The only reason the Juvias Place foundation is winning is because of the price. Oh, I forgot to put on lipstick. Oh my gosh, I feel naked. I am so sorry. Okay, much better. Now, as I was saying, the only reason the Juvias Place foundation wins is because of the price, because it is $20 cheaper than the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. But like I said, it's not to say because the Faux Filter foundation was bad, it's just more expensive. So if you're balling on a budget, Juvias Place. If you want to feel bougie, spend more and have the same result as Juvias Place, but smell amazing, Huda Beauty. So ultimately, it's your decision, but for this round, Juvias Place wins. And that is it for this video and this KO knockout. I will never do that again, I'm so sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit different, but it was fun for me, so I hope it was for you too. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I don't think you realize how much that lets me know that you are actually enjoying my videos. If you like this look and you want to see more like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. My username is the same for everything. It is simply ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing from coming to my channel, nothing at all, please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and never forget that you are absolutely beautiful.